Hey guys, okay, we're on exercise 27. I've broken this up into three parts to correspond with what's going on in the lab. Um, this is going to be part A. We're going to do the male reproductive system because honestly it is the simplest. It is pretty basic. It only has one function to get a copy of dad's DNA to mom. That's it. That's all there is to it. It has nothing to do with maintaining pregnancy and all that, at least not directly. Okay, so let's go through here. Now, let's go through the list. This is the bladder, the urinary bladder. There's the ureters. There's the male penis. There's the testes. There's the abdominal or the pelvic wall right there between the abdomen and the penis. Okay, underneath the bladder in the male, there's an organ called the prostate. Causes a lot of problems later on in life, but that's what it's for. So coming from here, we have these tubes that lead from the testes all the way back up. These tubes are called the vas deferens, and I think the ductus deferens. Whichever one you prefer to use, I'll accept either one. Vas deferens is the one that I've always heard, so, but either one of these you want to use is perfectly fine, guys. Okay, the vas deferens goes up, and then it comes to it, where it gets to its end, it actually kind of fans out, now like a funnel. And that is called the ampulla, or ampulla, whichever way you want to say that, doesn't matter. Okay, these two guys come together, or excuse me, the ampulla comes together with this guy, which is the seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle is going to merge with the ampulla, and it's all going to come together into a tube called the ejaculatory duct. So the seminal vesicle is where most of the semen, the fructose, the alkaline substances, most of it is going to come from the seminal vesicle. The vas deferens is basically going to carry the sperm. These guys are going to come together and together make the semen. They're going through the prostate, and eventually they're going to make their way to the urethra. Unlike in the female, in the male, the urethra has double duty. It is part of the reproductive system for semen, and it's part of the urinary system for urine. The prostate is going to create a lot of the semen that's going through the seminal vesicles and going into the thing. So we saw the urinary bladder, the prostate, seminal vesicles. The vulvourethral gland, you could also call it Cowper's gland, C-O-W-P-E-R-S. Either one of those are fine. And that's about all I've got on this page. Let's go to the next one. Okay, there's the external urethra sphincter, which we didn't see in the urinary chapter. There's the part of the urethra that goes through the prostate, which is called the prostatic urethra. This part that goes through the penis is going to be, or it's going to be between the penis and the prostate, is the membranous urethra. It's also going through that abdominal wall that we talked about. And this part that's actually in the penis is called the spongy urethra. Okay, the head of the penis is called the glans penis. There's the external orifice of the urethra, something again that we did not see in the urinary chapter, but which we can see in this one. Don't know if I've got a picture with the foreskin. The prepuce is actually, it depends, some males are circumcised either for religious or medical reasons. I've done a lot of circumcisions, but there's a foreskin that covers the glans penis unless it's cut off due to circumcision. In any case, that's the prepuce, the foreskins. Corpus cavernosa is going to be here on the side, and then the corpus spongiosum, and it's on both sides, by the way. The corpus spongiosum is going to be on the top. These are areas that fill with blood and cause the penis to become rigid and erect, secondary to coitus. Okay, I think I've told you all about the urethra. We talked about the ductus vas deferens. We didn't see the epididymis yet, so let's go to the next one. So here's the testes in very close detail. Tunica albuginea and tunica vaginalis. The tunica albuginea is going to be the inner coat. The tunica vaginalis is going to be the outer, and again, this is connective tissue. Seminiferous tubules are these tubules here in which the sperm cells are developed and grow until they're called for. Scrotum, we can't see it on here. That's what the sac that holds both testes. Dartos muscle, we can't see it here either. Cremaster, spermatic cord. We're not going to be able to see that. Well, we can see it right there, but not very good. Let's go through the epididymis. So we have these seminiferous tubules, and these guys are going to go through some other tubes which aren't on your list for whatever reason. And eventually they're going to form this large tube called the epididymis. This is the tail of the epididymis, the part that is furthest away, well, not furthest away, yeah, furthest away from the testes. The head of the epididymis is going to be the part closest, and of course the middle part, we just call the whole thing the epididymis. And if you're wondering what this guy is going to be the seminal vesicles. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not the seminal, that's the vas deferens. Sorry, guys. Oops, that's for the next one. So there's the vas deferens. So at the tail of the epididymis, it dead ends, or actually becomes the vas deferens, which is going to carry it all the way up, all the way to the back part of the prostate, just underneath the bladder. Not a lot on that. Okay. Here we can see this. Okay, there's the dartos muscles. This is the scrotum right here. I don't think I've got it labeled, but that's the scrotum. These are the two testes. The cremaster muscle, this actually, when the weather is cold, it actually contracts and pulls the testes closer to the body. Why is the testes outside the body? Why is it not inside like the ovaries are for the female? Turns out that the sperm, in order to develop properly, need a temperature slightly less than body temperature. So the hotter it is, the more relaxed the cremaster muscles will become. The colder, the more tense, and the higher they'll lift the testes closer to the body. There's a reflex that we can do that in a neuro test, but in any case. Okay, spermatic cord is this entire thing, guys. Please understand that. Inside the spermatic cord, there's that vas deferens. We saw it by itself, but in actuality, there are nerves going through there. There's an artery coming down, the testicular artery, lymphatic vessels, and then there's blood vessels, that veins carrying it up. And there's actually a network of those, and they're called papilliform plexus. Let me make sure what's on your guys' list. Papilliform venous plexus, nerves, all that's on your list, guys. So that's everything on the male reproductive. It's very simple, pretty straightforward, because it really has a minimal role to play in baby development. Dad, all he really does as far as directly is to contribute his half of the DNA. Mom is going to be the one that's going to actually be carrying the baby and providing the baby with the environment and with everything it needs to thrive. Okay, guys, that's got it for 27A. I'll be back with 27B. We'll talk about the female reproductive. And I think the last thing we talk about, not only in this exercise, but for the entire AMP2, is going to be the physiology, and that should be 27C. Okay, guys, I will get back with you in just a little bit.